We're doing test 3, test 3, section 4, questions 15 to 22. Alright, question 15. Alright, in order to determine if treatment X is successful in improving eyesight, a research study was conducted. From a large population of people with poor eyesight, 300 participants were selected at random. Half of the participants were randomly assigned to receive treatment X, and the other half did not receive treatment X. The resulting data show that participants who received treatment X had significantly improved eyesight as compared to those who did not receive treatment X. Based on the design and results of the study, which of the following is an appropriate conclusion? Alright. Treatment X is likely to improve the eyesight of people who have poor eyesight. Yes, that should work. Treatment X improves eyesight better than all other available treatments. That's wrong. Anything that talks in any answer choice that talks in absolutes like all or always or all of them, or those answer choices are usually wrong. Treatment, because like they only tried 300 people. How do you know if it's gonna work for all of them? Treatment X will improve the eyesight for anyone who takes it. Like this is another absolute, so this is also wrong. Treatment X will cause a substantial improvement in eyesight. Well, we don't that's also kind of an absolute, but it's also kind of wrong because the participants they selected, they all had problems with eyesight. So we don't know. Like this is assuming that it's including people who just have normal eyesight, but we don't know that. So this is also wrong. So it has to be A. All right, question 16. Graphs of the function f and g are shown in the xy plane above. For which of the following values of x does f of x plus g of x equal 0? All right, so that basically means like whatever y value f of x has, if you add that to whatever g value g of x, y value g of x has, it has to equal to 0. So it'd be like ideally it would be like if f of x is 5, g of x would have to be negative 5 because that'd be 0. So g of x, so one has to be the negative equivalent of the other. So in this case, we see that right here in the vertex. So we have f of x is positive 2, and g of x is negative 2 over here, right in these points. So so which of the following values of x as f of x plus g of x equal to 0? So 2 minus 2 equals to 0, and this is at point negative 1, negative 2. Question 17. We're given two equations. The quantity of a product supplied and the quantity of a product supplied and the quantity of the product demanded in an economic market are functions of the price of the product. The functions above are the estimated supply and demand functions for a certain product. The function S of P gives the quantity of the product supplied to the market when the price is P dollars. The function D of P gives the quantity of the product demanded by the market when the price is P dollars. How will the quantity of the product supplied to the market change if the price of the product is increased by $10? All right, so we're talking about the product supplied, so we're looking at this equation. So S of P. So it'll increase by 5 because whatever input you put in for P, it'll have it. So it'll increase by 5 units. So 18. At what price will quantity of the product supplied to the market equal the quantity of product demanded by the market? So the equations have to equal each other. So S of P. Why is this pen so thick today? Oh, no, it's not thick. It's just the pictures are smaller. That's why. Okay. So S of P has to equal to D of P. So half of P plus 40 has to equal to 200 minus P. So let's move the P to the other side. So half of P plus P equals to 3 halves of P. and move the 40 to the other side. So 220 minus 40 equals to 180. Now let's multiply by 2 and divide by 3. So 180 times 2, 360. 360 divided by 3 equals to 120. So P is equal to 120. Graphene, which is used in the manufacture of integrated circuits, is so thin that a sheet weighing in 1 ounce can cover up to 7 football fields. If a football field has an area of approximately 1 1/3 acres, about how many acres would 48 ounces of graphene cover? Alright, so 1 ounce can cover up to 1.333. What I do is I usually convert this to a decimal just to make it easier for my calculator. So if 1 acre can cover 1.33 acres of like area of land, then how many can 48 cover? So it's just 48. So we're looking for x, so cross multiply and divide. So 48 times 1.33 divided by 1, so 48 times 1.33333 divided by 1 is equal to 63.64. 64. Wait, I'm doing something wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. This is wrong. I did not read the question properly. Graphene, which is used in the manufacture of integrated circuits, is so thin that a sheet weighing 1 ounce can cover up to 7 football fields. If a football field has an area of approximately 1 1/3 acres, how many acres? Okay, so we have to multiply this value by 7 first. See, like, sometimes you give yourself the illusion that you're reading, but you're actually not. Like, I was reading, but I wasn't really reading. I was just looking at the words, basically. Like, that's still something I have to work on. So I'm glad I caught that. Okay, so actually let's multiply 1.33 times 7, because that's how much 1 ounce can cover. So 1 ounce of graphene can cover 9.3 acres. So 48 ounces can cover 48 times 9.3. X is equal to, so 48 times 9.3 is 446, or which is equal to 450. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, Michael swam 2,000 yards on each of the 18 days. The scatter plot above shows his time his swim time, and corresponding heart rate after each swim. The line of best fit for the data is also shown. For the swim that took 34 minutes, Michael's actual heart rate was about how many beats per minute less than the rate predicted by the line of best fit. Alright, so the swim that took 34 minutes, so we're looking here. How many beats per minute less? So his actual heart rate was this point right here. So how many beats less is it than the bit? Okay, so we have to figure out how much this interval is. So this is, it looks like it's going up by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So his actual heartbeat is at 148, and the best fit is at 150. So the difference is 2. Alright, 21. Of the following 4 types of saving account plans, which option would yield an exponential growth of the money in each account? So let's see. Each successive year, 2% of the initial savings is added to the value of the account. Okay, so I see what they're trying to do. So usually exponential growth means percentage growth, and they're assuming you know that, but they're still trying to play tricks with you. 2% of the initial savings is always going to be the same number. So this is technically still increasing by a constant value. So this is actually a constant increase, so it's not A. Each successive year, 1.5% of the initial savings. Again, initial savings. Nope. We don't want that. And $100, that's still constant. Each successive year, 1% of the current value is added to the value of x. This is exponential growth because it keeps compounding. It keeps increasing more and more with each term. So C looks promising. Each successive year, $100 is added to the value, but that's just classic constant term increase. So it's 21C. The sum of three numbers is 855. One of the numbers x is 50% more than the sum of the other two numbers. What is the value of x? All right, so we know that. Okay, so let's say we have three numbers, x, y, and z. And the sum of the numbers, x plus y plus z, is equal to 855, right? Now, we know that x is equal to 50% more than the sum of the other two numbers. So x is equal to 1.5, this is 50% more than y plus z. So now we just have to find out what the value of x is. So x plus y plus z, this is also the same as 1.5 times y plus z plus y plus z equals to 855. Oh, shoot, my bad. Okay, well, you might be a little intimidated because there's still two variables left, but you can treat y plus z as 1. So 1.5 times y plus z plus y plus z is equal to 2.5 times y plus z. This is 855. Oops. So 855 divided by 2.5 equals to 342. 8. So y plus z is equal to 342. But we're looking for x, and x is 1.5 that. So 1.5 times 342 is equal to 513. That's questions. Those are all the questions.